All right, today we're going to put Chris up to the task of fixing that light way up there. I can't get the camera to go high enough yet. Let me adjust it. Yeah, that light way up there. See if I can zoom into it. It's kind of hard to do all this with one hand. I don't know how people do this. So Chris, there's a bunch of tools. Figure you can load your pockets up with them however you want. Sockets, extensions, ratchets, what have you. I gave you pliers, cutters, a Phillips and a regular screwdriver. All right, and there's Chrissy's all wound up. So the idea is, let me see if I can get to that light. Chris is actually going to wear the GoPro camera. So the idea
is we're going to take out the bulb that's in it.
Well, we're going to do more than take out the bulb. We're going to pull the whole light down.
Well, we're going to pull the light up.
And then when we get the light down, it's got metal halide, should have a metal halide bulb in it, I believe. We're going to take that out and remove all the controls for that, except for the day-night sensor. We're going to leave that in and just throw a basic regular LED 100, 120 watt, 150 watt, whatever, light bulb in there. We're just looking for a little bit of light down here. We don't want to light the place up, but we want to be able to see at night when we look around here that we can see a little bit. So anyhow, we'll get Chris ready to climb. He's going to ascend the ladder, and I'm going to be the toll boy down here on the bottom.
Okay, you got to look at the light.
Oh yeah, light center screen.
Okay, so now we're at the top of the ladder. What we're going to do is disconnect the conduit for the electric, and we're going to take these bolts out to take the bracket off, and then we'll lower the light down to Tim. You can
more than 6 or 7 months out of the light bulb. $15 light bulb for good. Alright, so this is where we made sure the power. Helpful or something if you had a rope you could tie that off with.
Let me see how hard it is to take the wire nuts off.
Yeah, we can always send you up with a rope when you go back up to tie it when you go reinstall it. Just like I said, be careful touching.
Go ahead.
All right, so here we have the light fixture, and we're going to start to take it apart. So I see that it has a little lens right here, a lens cover. I don't remember if the other one had that. I don't remember if it was missing that.
Yeah, I don't think it was on the other one.
But you can see all the disgustingness that comes through here. I can turn it enough to get it out of there. Thank you. That's, I'm wondering if I should even put that back on. You can see that some kind of critters were building a nest up in there. Z-bulb. And I believe that's one of those metal halides.
She's a burned.
And very expensive bulb. They're really bright and they work great for perimeter lights, but they don't last that long. So what I'm going to do now is reach in here and I'm going to take these 2 screws out, and that'll bring this whole reflector and everything out, in theory. 2 Phillips heads. The other screw. So there should be a Phillips screw and a washer for each side. And they'll go right here. And I'm querying for your thoughts on if I should put that lens back on, or that cover back on again.
I say no.
Because it also will make it just that much harder when I go to replace a light bulb.
Replace a bulb, yeah.
And the nice thing is those halides last probably less than a year. Whereas...
Now there's the transformer down in there, which we're going to remove.
Yeah, we'll get all this out of here. Yeah, just when you think it's not that size, it's that size. There we go. So... one. These have little, what are they, 5/16? Yep, little 5/16 bolts. And that'll take out, this is where the light bulb actually screws in. This part, obviously, we would want to keep. And there's a whole bunch of other stuff. All this stuff here, we don't need anymore. So we'll need the wire with the wire nuts. We'll rehome those. There we go. Wire nut. Wire nut. Let's see. Up in here is the light sensor. That we're going to keep. That's the day-night sensor. So let's see. Let's see how they have that running. So black from this. We can pull this off to get this out of our way. Let's see what they did with that light sensor. All right. The white from the light sensor comes up and goes to the commons. The black from the light sensor goes to the power coming in. So this is the 110, or the line voltage coming in. That goes straight to that. And then the red should come down and make its way back to this stuff here. And here it's kind of pulled off. But it makes its way back through all the transformer and everything, which we're not going to be using anymore. So it's just actually going to connect right to the black on the white, or the black on the light bulb holder. We'll get to all that. Let's just get this all out of our way. Oh, God. All right, that can come out. I got to take this out. Same thing at 5/16. Maybe taking that out. And this out. Come on. This can go away. This is just kind of glued down in the bottom. I don't know if it's over time or what caused that. So let me get the capacitor out of here as well. Alright, so everything should come out. Oh! You know what? That transformer's hot. I'll bet you that's been energized the entire time. That can't just be from the sun. I can't even hold it in my hand.
We don't need it anymore.
Nope. You'll grab it, hold it onto the sides.
Oh my, yeah. It's hot.
Okay, so let me dump all this crap out. Just more nests. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this back in just to give it a little bit of structuring stability, so it helps hold it. We'll put that back in. Come on. mean, you probably don't even really need this in, but it's amazing how light this is without all that stuff in it.
Yeah, that transformer is pretty heavy.
Yeah, so we'll put
And
this in.
the LED bulb will last longer too, so.
Yeah. And it's a heck of a lot cheaper. Yes, I realize it's not going to produce the same kind of light or brightness. I've even thought about possibly replacing them and putting a flood bulb in here. We'll see though. At least now it'll be a lot easier. It's not like you have to climb the ladder and stand and hold this thing on your head. Let me clean this off a little bit. All right. So where did this go? This went right to there, I believe. Let's get the wires out of our way. Green will go outside, it's a ground. The only thing we really need to do then is to... Does that look like we got it? Does that look...
Yeah.
That looks like it's centered to me. Let me make sure. Where is it? Oh, I see. Let me just make sure that it doesn't matter. Well, it kind of does matter, so we'll put it on this way. Okay, now where these, here they are. Got the 5/16 bolts again. The first time I put one of these together, I tried to put this down where that lower bracket is, and it will fit, but then you can't get the lens to screw back on, the diffuser and the lens and everything. I thought, whoa, look, it's way up in there. Okay, so now the green goes back outside, the black goes back outside. The red coming up from the light sensor, from the day-night sensor, is going to go to the black that comes from
The bulb.
the actual bulb housing. So we'll put this on along with a wire nut. Alright. The white from the bulb housing, and here's where it gets not tricky, but where you have to be thinking. These two whites go together, but we also need a white coming outside, and then rather than have Chris up on the ladder playing with trying to hold these together, I will take a white from our package of wires here. Gonna renew this wire a little bit here. So anyhow, then we'll make this connection in here for the whites so that Chris isn't up on the ladder trying to tie together 4 white wires, half hanging out, and
Yeah, I only have one.
yeah. So here's this. This all goes.
Okay, so explain to everybody again
This
who's
all-
doing this, that you put the red, where you put the red.
Yeah, the black wire coming in, this guy here, this comes in from the line voltage at your house or whatever.
Going out to the
It
light.
goes into this light sensor.
Yeah, over the day and dusk dawn sensor.
Right. And since the since that sensor requires some power, you also have to give it a common or a ground, we'll call it a common. So it gets attached to the white as well, as will the light bulb, because your light bulb needs the common as well. So that's why these all get tied together. Now, this is going to act as a switch, so it's going to actually connect internally. It's going to connect the power from here up the red wire to the black wire
At the bulb.
where the bulb goes. And that's just the standard convention that did use black. Black means power on 110 volt or on household voltage. Red also means power, but the standard convention is black. and that's why they use black and red. White is common, and green is almost always ground. Now that's a convention, which means it's no law written that you have to follow that, so always be careful. So if you're doing something like this, you're doing so at your own risk, be careful, consult an electrician. We're just showing you that it can be done. Here I have two different kind of bulbs. I have some old CFLs, they're 100 watt. They're by EcoSmart. This is I believe this is a Sylvania 100 watt LED. I'm probably going to go with the Sylvania 100 watt LED just because LED uses a little more or a little less power. And I just like the name Sylvania better. So we'll leave it all at that. So here's what I want to do. This is just going to be a test. So what I'm going to do here is make sure I have a plug there somewhere. And I'm going to get just this is a regular household plug that I leave for testing. It's got 2 open leads. It's wrapped around my neck right now. So, and just because you guys are here watching, I'm going to put wire nuts on it. Just so that when I lay it on the metal bench, it doesn't spark. And while that would probably increase my views, I don't think we'll do that. We'll do this. This is going to be a cold start on a light bulb.
Right, but we don't want any sparks.
Yeah. No. Well, no, not right now. We don't have to worry about the ground. This ground actually, in all reality, is a what in case. This is a what if or a just in case. It's going to save your life. You definitely want to hook it up when you have it in the circuit, but when we're just testing, it doesn't matter. So let me take a look at this and see. In theory, somebody trimmed the wire on this for me, thankfully. So if you actually look at this, I'll explain this real quick. This should have been the big side, which is actually the common. You can see somebody actually trimmed that. It wasn't me. So that would actually line up with the big side in here. And to make sure you have the right one, not that it's going to make much difference, you can see if the common side on this has little gnarls in it, whereas the hot side doesn't. I don't know if you can see that or not. So I want to make sure that I have the common side right here with the little gnarls, and the hot side doesn't. Again. All right, so this should go into the big side. So I'm probably going to see it came on. It came on right away. Now, I think I remembered reading somewhere these sensors might take up to 5 minutes to power back off after you first initialize them. And I'm thinking, there's no doubt about the sun getting at it. And then, you have your timer or your watch?
I got it right here,
Okay.
2:18.
Okay, I didn't know if you were going to leave that on for 5 minutes. Because we're going to dim it again. Once it goes off, we'll have to cover it and see if it comes back on.
There it goes. So
It went off?
cover the dust to dawn with the sheet, and we're going to see if it comes back on.
There it is.
Yeah, it's on. Okay, so now...
And it won't go off that fast like it would.
So we found out that it only takes about a minute, not 5 minutes.
All right, so now we're going to unplug it, finish putting it together, and then Chris is going to climb the ladder.
Just in case you want to add that.
Okay, taking the test cord back off here is all I'm doing, so that it's ready to go. Were the wires and everything long enough for you up on there? You didn't have to like...
Yeah, they're plenty long enough.
Okay, so we'll leave that alone. There goes the test cord back on the bench. Did you need wire nuts or you got some already?
Yeah, I still have them.
Okay. So take this bulb guy out. And we'll put this down in here just to get it out of our way. Put this back on. I think this only goes on one way. Yep, only goes on one way. Because there's holes cut out for those bolts. I gotta put my glasses on so I can see what I'm doing. There's these screws. Each one gets a washer. probably won't be able to see what I'm doing in here. We decide we're going to leave the bottom of the diffuser off too? Is that what you're thinking, Chris?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you can see they were designed to keep animals out of them, which would probably mainly be birds and what have you, but anything else I think can climb up in there because it's...
Well, like you said, it's easier to change the bulb whenever you have to change it. You just go up and unscrew the bulb and screw the new one in.
Yeah, and this had all that, I don't know if those were wasp nest or what they were that came through. Yeah, so this is, not that this is even really hard, but this is the most tedious part, is getting these two screws back in. Just because you can't fit your head in there and see at the same time you got your hand in there.
Yeah.
All right, so now that's in. Take a Phillips, and we're going to tighten them both down. There's two. That's double snug. Okay. I'm just kidding. I was really tight with that tight. Okay, I'm going to hand this to Chris so he can go down. Do you want a rope?
Yeah. We're going to get a rope.
Okay, you're good.
Can you see?
Yep.
All right, going back up the ladder.
All right, Chris is good.
Well, I still got to put the bolts in. Okay, it's working. So it's on right now. It should go off here in about a minute.
All right, there it is. Look, the light is on. It's not quite dark yet, but we definitely have some lightage. So we'll have to come back out when it gets dark and see how much illumination we actually get from that down at the ground. So let's see.